Peaches. It's early and I'm woke. And I'm missing a nail. I'm a trip, yo. My mama and my niece just left. They going to the Bahamas, and I'm jealous. I was supposed to go. I actually still have a plane ticket, just chilling. I was supposed to go, but I canceled it when I moved to South Carolina, but then I ended up coming back, so I had to watch them leave me. I was like, no, take me with you. Take me with you. But yeah, I want to be nosy and see what y'all got going on because I'm woke. And y'all know how I am. I get up early. So I'm about to see what y'all doing. What's the collective got going on today? Okay. So I see the main thing, the main like issue that's holding you guys back right now is this stagnation. There's some sort of like ending here and you're trying to like get the motivation to like let go. Don't laugh at my nail. So there's like something here about either like there's an ending that you're afraid of like coming that you don't want to like embrace or accept, or there's like this opportunity of you like letting go of like an ending that already happened or something that you already lost. Either way, there's definitely a stagnation. What is this about? Okay, so you feeling insecure, you feeling like a lack of like self-confidence, you feeling like you can't produce something or make something grow. I see here that the lesson that you're learning in this cycle is like this came up yesterday too. This has to do with you like wasting your energy or like spending time on like illusions or like focusing on like all the deceitful situations, all of the loss, all of the heartbreak, all of the pain, or like you heavily focused on this separation. Because it says it here in what's holding you back and in the lesson. So there's once again this separation. So it's like you're learning what what holding on to pain, betrayal, regret, heartbreak does to you being able to be creative. So there's something here about you, 544 on the clock. There's something here about you not feeling like you can manifest, not feeling like you can like make your manifestations like grow, or like you can't make things grow. There's something here about you seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, things improving for you. There's something here about you like embracing like this period of stagnation. Because this is the thing, like during this, like we distract ourselves and this is why we end up like unhappy later on. Like we keep pushing off our healing, 545 on the clock. And like we end up having like a midlife crisis where it's like, oh my God, we look around and nothing is the way that we wanted. We still feel like this like longing or like this deep unhappiness inside of us. So we keep going to like different things to like make us feel better. Sometimes some of us do like material things. So we like spend money on like material possessions to make us feel better. Some people gamble. Some people use drugs or alcohol. Some people use technology or porn. So like we have all these addictions because we're avoiding actually sitting with ourselves, like just sitting without all the distractions and like feeling all of these feelings and like letting go of them. Like that's the whole point, is like we have to get out of this energy of hopelessness, pain, suffering, victim mentality. Because what ends up happening is we create these situations in love and work and all these things where we lose them or we don't feel fulfilled. And therefore we keep jumping from one thing to another to make us feel better inside because we haven't sat down and allowed ourselves to feel everything and let go of it. It's like we have to change our inside, our mind, before our outside will change. There's something here with the star card Aquarius about you guys having hope, holding on to this, holding on to the faith, and balancing your emotions, balancing your life. Like, where's your attention going? Start prioritizing. You know, what are your thoughts on a daily basis? What are your thoughts? Like, what are they negative? Like 90% of the day? Because that's what you're going to produce. So like, I was reading this book that talked about how this lady couldn't stand her mother-in-law. And every time she got around her mother-in-law, she was miserable, and it put her in a negative like mindset. It changed like her energy for the whole day. It was always a negative experience. And so she had went to this seminar, and the guy was talking about like, changing your mindset and like how you can change like your circumstance. And he was telling her, like, think about what you want to create. Like, what do you have to do inside? What do you have to change in your mind in order to make this a positive experience when you see your mother-in-law? And so he's like, really envision that. Think about what you would have to do. So when she like got the phone call that her mother-in-law was at her house, like she changed her whole mindset. Instead of going, oh my God, and going in her mind over all the times that like her mother-in-law came over and all the stupid things that she said and blah, 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 you know, instead of like creating this negative moment in her head before she even got to the house, she thought of a way, like when she got out, she was going to be very like happy and greet her in a way that she never did, and like ask her questions and like try to like deeply understand her and see her side of the situation or her point of the view in conversations. Like she like really adjusted the way she looked at her and ended up really enjoying her time with her mother-in-law, and like then on after, because she changed the way that she, like her perception, and tried to understand her instead of like just, oh, you know, here we go. So there's something here about you guys like feeling defeated, but still not walking away. And they're talking about here, like, you need to like hold on to this hope. You need to feel optimistic. You need to like realize that there's other possibilities, but like there's also like you needing to like make some changes here and embrace these changes. And it's like, be willing to leave this old way of being. So it's like that lady, like you have to change your whole mindset, and it's going to be like you changing who you've been your entire life. That is not something that's easy. It's going to take you diligently working towards that every day. What are your thoughts on a daily basis? Whenever you think about it, like train your mind to think differently. Like go into scenarios on what you're going to be doing in the future, what a day would look like in the future for you. What do you want to be doing work-wise? What would it be like to live in a day where you are in your future job? You know what I mean? Like you have to really go in and envision this stuff. I have a friend that literally, like when he describes to me, like a meal or just even like things that he thinks about throughout the day, he's very descriptive, and he talks about how he thinks about those things all day long. And I'm like, you are manifesting. Do you realize that you're a master manifester? Like that's what you have to do. You have to envision what you want to create. You have to put yourself in it, feel the emotions. What is going to happen? You know what I mean? Like you have to really envision that stuff in order for it to come in. And then if you do that on a daily basis, like you end up manifesting. Like that's just what it is. And it's like you can't let negative emotions get in. So it's like I have one that I'm working on right now where it's like I have issues with relationships, right? There go my baby. What you doing? I have issues with relationships, and it's because of my past trauma. So like whenever a relationship appears, I go into this like discernment, fear, protection mode. And then like, I'm like waiting for it to fail in a way. And like in the past, like I recognize in the past, I used to be worse. Like I would like literally like start thinking the thoughts, like looking for it, you know what I mean? Like waiting for it, looking for it, and then I'd be gone. So it's like, I recognize this now. So I'm like trying to change like my whole mentality. Like when a relationship comes in, like I'm like totally not even like, I'm trying to go at it from a different way. Cause like when I was younger, I would like, I guess like I would start off fantasizing, right? Like you'd be all excited about it and you would think about all the things you create, right? But then like because of all of your wounds and trauma, you start thinking about all the things that went wrong in your other relationships. So it's like you start creating it right at that moment. And I would go into like my first relationship, what happened, my marriage, what happened, like, you know what I mean? All the relationships after that. And I'd be like, oh, well, I hope he doesn't put on these traits. And then if I seen anything that reminded me of like an ex, I'd be like, oh God, here we go. I attracted the same thing. And then like I started getting to where I felt like I was on a loop, or I'm like, I'm attracting the same exact dude over and 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 over. So I'm like, oh my God, I can't get out of this. I guess I'm just going to be alone. You know what I mean? So like I have to retrain my entire mind to not think like that and to think positive in like what can happen. What are the solutions? What are some like positive things? Like what would a daily basis, like on a day, with this person look like? You know what I mean? Like you have to go into those things and not like the woulda, coulda, what if this happens? What if this happens? What if this comes in? Or what if this person, what are they gonna think? You know what I mean? Like you have to get out of that negative stuff. So there's something here about you surrendering, allowing these changes to happen, making the sacrifices that you need to make in order for you to like manifest what you want, whether this is like a job, a relationship, a situation, whatever it is. And then there's something here about you like letting go of the self-sabotaging behavior. Any deception needs to be let go of. And it's like now you need to start being like mature and start communicating the way you feel. If you need to walk away from things, you need to walk away from things because your energy, the people you're around, your environment, 553 on the clock is going to mess up your manifestations as well. Because you have to realize that like people that are in like a lower vibe, like you can see this. And it was so funny because I had actually watched, it's so crazy that I watched this. It popped up and this lady was interviewing a witch. And she was like asking all these questions to this witch that like kind of like are like stigmas that we all kind of think about witches, but like we don't really be asking the questions. But like she just asked her normal questions and it was like her mindset, the way that she answered that, like kind of like changed my view on, like I already knew there were some witches that were just like, they use this term negatively and it's like not that, you know what I mean? And you could just tell she was just very conscious, you know what I mean? So she was just talking about like her view on like manifesting and then like also like negative people and like when they get in like they asked her about drugs and alcohol and she said she could see demons in people, especially when they were under the influence. So like, and she was talking about when you go around those people, like you'll notice that they're doing nasty things to each other. You can see like their entire like persona and behavior change. You know what I mean? And I've noticed that too. Like I've seen people like when they drink, like their whole behavior changes. You know what I mean? So it's like if you're like putting yourself around those type of people, and I've done it. They are they're going to hate on you. They're definitely they're going to think you're acting like you're too good. You're better than them. They're going to project their like insecurities onto you. Okay. They're going to not support you. They might pretend to, but they're going to be putting like this negativity on you, hoping that you fail, condescending, talking shit about you when you're not around. You're going to see just the way that they do all those other people, they'll do you that dirty too. You know what I mean? So like you feel on edge. So it's like, be careful of the people that you're around because they're going to fuck up your shit. And especially if you're telling them all the good shit you got going on, they're going to put their stank on it. You know what I mean? So this is talking about you having to make some sacrifices, paying attention to the people you're around, the environment you're in, the behaviors that you do that might be self-sabotaging some of your manifestations. This is talking about you letting go of like insecurities, feeling like you're not good enough, taking the opportunity to make this change, and then walking away from anything that no longer serves you. There's also this potential for abundance here. 555 means change, bitch, okay? Some sort of financial new beginning here. Some new job or new business, some new investment. And then it's like you working on your savings, building this security, this abundance here. And it's like also performing. So it's like, whatever this is, you're going to be putting in that work, putting in that effort because it's something that you believe in. You know what I mean? There's something here about whatever you were dealing with. It was like this insurmountable problem here. And it's like you felt bound. You felt like this was your duty to do whatever this is. And you were doing as you were told. And it was so crazy because this came up yesterday too. You guys doing as you're told. Yeah, whatever it was, it caused all kinds of sadness for you. It was unrealistic. You had all these expectations that ended up not working the way that you thought they were gonna. And it was like, there was like, you weren't able to produce. For some of you, a small few of you, somebody could have had a miscarriage. Because it's like, this card comes out either way. It's like, either you couldn't birth something or you had a miscarriage. So it's like, take it either way. I just throw it out there sometimes. But yeah, whatever it was, it left you vulnerable. It had your self-esteem low. It had you lacking self-confidence and feeling inadequate. But look at this twice here. Look at this. This came out the other freaking day. New beginning. You got the Ace of Wands and the freaking Ace of Cups. This is passionate, emotional, fulfilling beginning. Like an outpouring of emotion, satisfaction. But it's like very passionate, creative. So whatever this is that's coming in, shit, y'all, this is the bomb. And then look, it ends off with guidance, the King of Pentacles up in this bitch. Taurus, Virgo, Cap. Somebody realizing native motherfucking shit. Being mature, grounding yourself, working on your success, opening some sort of business, making improvements to yourself here, taking some sort of risk. And it's going to bring in this security and abundance for you. Shit. And it's like, whatever you'll be doing, it's going to give you like this high status. You're going to be able to provide up in this bitch, okay? All right, let me see what else we can find out. I didn't pull none of my shit out because I just jumped on. I was like, I haven't even brushed my teeth, y'all. I'm literally just out the bed. You guys, look at these cute gems that I got. They're freaking cute as shit, right? And then the moon, and then I got the third eye, and then a feather. Oh, hold on. Bitch. Yay, peaches. Cuteness, right? I ordered them off Amazon. I gotta be different. I can't go to the hair store and get the ones like everybody else got. I want to be different. I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. Pull up to the sea with my innocent. What? Middle fingers up to my competition. I ain't got no nail. I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. Hey, yeah, I'm different. What else? Ooh, look at this bitch. More adventures. Y'all finna go on an adventure. I've been telling y'all after this for like a couple days that y'all finna have fun. Something y'all finna do. Embracing the unknown. Being curious. Yeah, and then it's like you're going on this journey. But it's like whatever this is, you are co-creating. You're shaping this. And it's like through all of the lessons that you've learned through all these crazy ass cycles you've been going through. This is how we learn, through the crazy shit that we went through that brings us, look at this, turn the motherfucking page. Bitch, mic drop. You entered a new fucking chapter. I can't make this shit up. How many times did I say new beginning up in this bitch? I know it anyway because I was listening. I came upon some knowledge and it's like every once in a while I gotta go back. You know what I mean? I gotta go back. And it's like when I go back through my books and my material, new things unlocked for me, right? So I was going back through this book and I've been doing it the past couple days because I was like stuck, you know, I had an illness pop up and I'm like, fuck, messed all my shit up. So I had to really work on my mindset because bitch was like, oh shit, I was falling, right? So I had a lot of stuff like kind of get taken away. And it's like, you gotta like, when you get like that, you can't panic. You can't get in no lack mindset. So I've been really, really working on it, right? And something just freaking unlocked. And I realized it was like that one thing was sent in to kind of test me and trip me up to see if I was gonna like fall back into that same old survival mode. Like, oh shit, I'm a victim. Nah, bitch, I'm good. I'm good. So there's something here about you turning the motherfucking page. Starting a new chapter, being curious, open-minded, paving this new path to wisdom. And it's like, look at this, walked unscathed. There was some sort of situation. I freaking love this card. I don't know why, but it's like you made it through some situation and it was like you learned the lesson and you got out without getting like messed up. You know what I mean? Like this is talking about the guy that like literally escaped death. Like he was walking under something and he literally like it fell right after he walked or something. You know what I mean? Walking unscathed. So there was some sort of like trap that was laid out for you and you were too smart to fall for it. Bitch, do you see this? I wish I could read that. I know it comes up backwards, but like whatever this trap was, you were too smart to fall for it. And I literally just said that to you guys. I had something come in right when I was at my fucking peak, right? Just to throw me off. And I didn't let it happen. And now look at this bitch. You about to go into that fantasy land, that one that you've been imagining this whole fucking entire time, the one since you were little that you've been trying to bring into fruition. And every time some shit came in and tried to fuck you up, yeah, now you're bringing it in. Look at this. And there's something here about whatever you create, you're going to make sure that everybody is on the same fucking page. Because whatever you were dealing with, they weren't on the same page as you. And you could have been in like some sort of like state of illusion or something like that. Not seeing things clearly. Look at not seeing things clearly. And now you see them shits clearly, right? So it's like no more fantasy love. Like this is what I was saying in my one video. No more of these fantasy style loves. No more of this fantasy when it comes to like your life situations, your job. No more illusions. Like you're going after like what lights you up. And it's like if something don't align, if something don't feel right, if something don't make you feel good inside, you're moving away from that bullshit, right? And you're making sure that like the situations that you go in are like realistic, that are for you. Everybody's on the same page. Nobody's under no illusions. Everybody's being truthful, right? All right, let me see what else we can find out here. Well, my collector ain't hell, but the highest good. All right, we're going to get this love one out. Might as well, right? Seems like they want to go into that. Somebody could have been dealing with a snake that caused a lot of pain. Soon as I went to shuffle, that shit just came right on out. So somebody could have been dealing with a snake. Somebody could have made a confession or brought in some sort of truth to you about this, that you were dealing with somebody shady. And now you got this new love coming in. Bitch, stop playing. I ain't even start freaking shuffling yet. Them shits is already coming out. The birds is up with me. Shit. It's so funny. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I just naturally get up between 3 and 5 now. My ass just be up. If I need to take a nap, I'll take a nap. Shit. What else does the collective need to hear in regards to their situation in love? What else can you tell me about the collective situation in love? And whoever this snake is, they might try to come back in and apologize to your ass. Or they just, maybe not, they just sorry in general here. They could have had a one-night stand on you. I don't know, somebody sorry about a hookup, a one-night stand. Oh, shit. What is this about? Yeah, this was a karmic relationship. This was like a soulmate that was sent in to teach you a lesson. Could have been somebody that you found to be very good looking. So like this could have been a temptation. Somebody that you thought was really good looking. You could have, I don't know if this was you or your person here that hooked up with this person. But this was a karmic. Somebody here is very, like, charming. What else do we need to know? Yeah, you could have realized that this person was like 6:06 on the clock, non-committal. And it's like, you want something, this is what you want here. You want something like lasting, everlasting. Look at that flame, bitch. You want it to burn, okay? Like that flame. Marriage. You want somebody to like promise commitment. And this person here could have been toxic, having hookups on the side, talking about they sorry. Yeah, they caused an emotional storm for you. And it's like you had to distance yourself. You could have like had a separation from this joker. You could be blocking them or whatever this is here. There's a separation. And now, oh my shit, you're opening your heart because somebody here has got romantic feelings for somebody new. Bitch, stop playing. Look at this. Soulmate, deep love, unity, connection. Aw, shit. No more hurting, it says here. No more pain. Yeah, you're about to nourish yourself. Bitch, I fucking can't make this shit up. Look at that shit here. Bitch, I'm sorry, I'm yelling. Whatever this is, it is going to nourish your soul. There's something here about growing. You're going to be able to, look at this, soul finding. You could be like really like pouring into yourself right now. Self-love. You could be taking spiritual bath. Bitch, I am, bitch, I am. It's like all this self-love, taking spiritual baths, finding yourself, working on your growth. And then look, new motherfucking love. Bitch, stop playing. I just want to leave it there. It's so good. Yay, peaches. All right, let's see what else we can find out. You guys want to, oh, let's find out what y'all got going on in your career. Money, 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 money. Money. I'm going to be able to record whenever I want, bitch. Because ain't nobody in the house. We're going to be doing tarot. I'm going to be all in it. Hey, 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 hey. All right. What my collect need help in regards to their career? What's going on? Where they need help for their highest good. Ooh, yay, creator. Yay, peaches. Look at this. Your creative is your superpower and your path to prosperity. I know. I know, bitch. Yay. Okay. Look at, all you gotta do is believe in this bitch. All you gotta do is believe it. Believe it to achieve it. Empower yourself, okay? Stop playing. There's something here about when you wholeheartedly embrace the fact that you can attain this motherfucking job, okay? There's something here about you, like, believing this and, like, embracing. Like, I was telling y'all, envisioning. What's y'all dream job gonna be like? What you gonna do when you get up in the morning? How you gonna, what your day gonna do? How you gonna start off? And then how you gonna act when you go to work? What you gonna dress like? What you gonna be feeling like? What's it gonna feel like when you pull up in that bitch? Look, leader, yay! You guys, oh, okay, I'm getting ahead. So there's something here about you guys finding the courage to exceed the ordinary, because we're not ordinary, and you can't be to be a creator. And then it's like, look, the key to like you doing this is believing and empowering yourself. And then look, brushing up on the leadership skills, bitch. Okay, what you got to do to be a good leader up in this bitch? Develop your leadership abilities. Take the initiative. Mentor others. Cultivate emotional intelligence to inspire and guide your team effectively. So yeah, bitches, like empower. Are you ready to fully step into your power and accept all the responsibility that comes with it? Because this is the thing. You can't just think you're finna roll up in here and be this leader and this creator and that there's not going to be some sort of responsibility that goes along with this. So it's like there's a responsibility for you to make sure that you know your shit, to make sure that you are doing things that are for the highest good of everybody and not just yourself, that you have empathy and compassion, and that when people fuck up, you help them, you mentor them, right? So believe that you can achieve this, bitch. Empower yourself so that you can become this creator, this leader, okay? Yay, peaches. My connector need him, but a high is good. What else they need to hear? Peaches, what is this? What is this? Time to evolve. I know, 611 on the clock. It just wanted to come out, so I took it. Decisions need to be made. So whatever this is that you're dealing with, it's not negative. This is, I told you guys the other day, we bring in situations that are meant to like teach us, right? They're situations, the exact situations we need to teach us the lessons that we need to learn. So there's like no negativity. This person, these places, these things, these situations were needed for you to evolve, okay? So there's some decisions that need to be made. And it's like now you need to look at things from your soul's perspective here. You chose much of this before you were incarnated because you realized that your soul needed this lesson. This releases the victimhood mentality, okay? Because we need to release that. When we're in this victim mode, we keep creating situations where we're the victim. We keep manifesting this, right? So there's a need for you to pull yourself out of this victim mentality and pull back your power. Call back your power here. We have to go through these trials and tribulations. This is how the soul learns, through pain, right? So it's like we brought this lesson to us because we knew it was time for our soul to evolve, right? So we need to take this opportunity. These trials and tribulations were necessary. You're evolving now. So now how do you want to interpret this situation? Because that is like going to depend on whether or not you evolve, okay? There's something here about addictions, okay? And you having compassion. So there's somebody that could have an addiction and maybe you need to have compassion for this person. How can you mentor them instead of like making them feel like shit? This situation, or this could be you. This situation is influenced by an addictive behavior that's influencing you or a person involved. And this is the thing. We can assume that it's like a drug or alcohol addiction, but sometimes it's not just that. Like our soul, when it doesn't want to evolve, when it doesn't want to sit there and heal, we distract ourselves. We distract ourselves with drugs or alcohol, or it could be food, it could be gambling, it could be shopping, it could be sexual addiction, so it could be porn, TV, technology, social media. So it's like whatever this addictive behavior is, it's influencing you or the person involved in this situation. There's pain, there's trauma that's being projected onto each other. And this card is talking a lot about addictions and what I was telling you guys about how when you get around people and they start, especially alcohol, there's something with that. And that's why they call it spirits. They call it spirits for a fucking reason, because when you drink that shit, it brings you down to this lower vibration where you like take on negative energies. And that's why that witch was saying, I can see the negative spirit in a person when they're under the influence of like alcohol or drugs, certain drugs too. So it's like that person will change into a totally different fucking person, totally different person. And it's not even them anymore. So it's like the pain, the trauma, that's what they project when they're under that influence. And you'll see this. They will project that shit onto you when they're drunk or whatever, you know? So there's a need for you to try to see the truth of the situation by stepping outside of the chaos. This will create an opening for forgiveness, patience, and compassion, okay? And I know that's easier said than done, because I've dealt with alcoholics, and you do lose the compassion for them because they put you through so much pain. And I get it, okay? I get it. I've dealt with it my whole life from all different angles. You know what I mean? So family, I've dealt with it with the soulmates, you know what I mean? Lovers. I've seen it just in general with friends, how they will change up the moment that some alcohol gets involved here. You know, so it's like, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And then like for a time there, I was going out to like this club area and like I wasn't drinking, but I would chill there and do tarot readings, and you could see personalities completely change. And it's like, it's frustrating because like they're good people, but it's like it takes some people longer than others to like learn that shit. And it's like you try to have compassion, but at the same point, like you don't put yourself in those situations. You can still love people from afar too, you know what I mean? There's something here about you needing to like have courage. Stop hiding. They're saying show up and let yourself be seen and release this fear of being vulnerable, because this is going to lead to your growth. Vulnerability, being vulnerable with people allows you to like make deeper connections. You know what I mean? What else do you guys need to hear? So it's like have the courage to be vulnerable and create connections here. There's something here about it being difficult to establish healthy respect when it comes to relationships. And it's like, you need to like make sure that your needs are being met. You need to make sure that you're creating boundaries, healthy boundaries. And like, there's like a healthy respect in the relationship. You need to make sure you're taking care of yourself and then communicating what your limits are, what your boundaries are, what your, like, no, I'm not having this. I can't think of the word, but like, it's like deal breaker, what your deal breakers are, right? Relentless craving. Oh my God, addiction again. What is this? Addiction is a prison disguised as freedom. Consumed, eroding habits. So yeah, it's like when you're in this is like a prison. It blocks you off from certain relationships, certain opportunities, because it's like nobody wants to be around you if you have like certain behaviors that, you know, disturb everybody's peace. You know what I mean? I don't want to go there too tough, but you know, I've been around people that are drunk. It's not cute to watch them turn into that different person. You know what I mean? There's a lot of shame for them. You know what I mean? And then it's like this addiction. It like I've even seen this with like people that smoke weed. Like they will literally just like sit in like one area their whole lives and just smoke. And they don't want to like go anywhere. They don't want to like participate in like events and things. Like everything is surrounded by the smoking. So it's like they got to smoke before, so we got to have time to do that. And, you know, then they go, but they don't want to stay for long. They're ready to go home and smoke. And, oh, you know, I don't want to go out because we can't smoke there. Or, you know what I mean? So it's just like whatever it is, it just keeps you isolated. So, yeah, this talks about working on your habits. And then there's this thirst for truth, hidden emotions, secrets. All this stuff needs to be acknowledged and addressed in order for you to grow. So it's like now there's a need for you to go within and like examine yourself and like what are your feelings? What are your emotions? What are you hiding? What are you not saying? What are you not expressing to others? What needs to be said? This is going to lead to your growth. All right, son, let's see what else we can find out real quick. This bitch. What else does the collector need to hear for their highest good today? One, bitch. New beginning. Alignment. Your thoughts are manifesting rapidly. I fucking told you. Okay. Trust in divine guidance and stay focused on your goals, okay? There's something here about you needing to remain flexible and adapt to these changes that are coming in because it's going to lead to your expansion. There's a need for you to set your sights higher when you're manifesting as well. Make sure that like whatever it is, you're pursuing higher goals. Think bigger. Like, don't just keep it small. You know what I mean? All right. What else does the collective need to hear? If you are noticing changes within you, it is because you are leaving the old version of yourself behind. You are elevating. This whole fucking reading has literally been like full circle. You are elevating and shedding unnecessary layers. Old cycles are ending. New beginnings are on the horizon, and you deserve this new chapter. I'm so excited! Oh my God, pages! So, I hope this reading helped you all. I hope you have a lovely day. I'll probably see you later once I get cute and I get in the shower and brush my teeth. Yay, pages! All right, take care.